Today we're in Florida, Toronto, and we're shooting a scene that we've already kind of shot, the lead up to.
The aftermath.
But it's nearly
that we shot on day one, like
so
a month and a half ago.
The very end, but I think they'll cut together. But it's sort of the last moment in the script when their angst is sort of going away. Their sort of shame. Shane has already
been through a lot.
Rose. He's now, I think, more assured in who he is and his sexual identity. That he's less scared to be here, kind of just looking at Ilya and really
more available.
Seeing him.
Yeah.
Yes. Because every other time there's 30 different guards up, and they're almost never fully naked in front of each other, even if they're naked. So this is one time when it's showing, I think, a little bud of what they can be in public.
Love that so much.
A little bud. About our book in particular in this series, first of all, I hope they find it hot. I hope that comes across.
Because the fans of the book, I think, I think we really did do justice to the book, and I think the fans who liked the book are going to feel that we really respected the source material, because Jacob really adapted it and took all the parts that I was like, that needs to be in there. They are there.
Ilya is a really cool guy. It's definitely very different from, what we experience here in Canada or the US. Like, I think he definitely has like a stoicism about him. He's kind of a dichotomy because I think he feels a lot but doesn't show pretty much any of it, which is, it's cool to watch him in a scenario like this because that kind of directly goes against his impulses. Yeah, I think he comes from a place where people are kind of rough and kind of sheltered and guarded, and yeah, he can't be that for this. So
yeah,
it's cool.
Shane is interesting. I use the word dichotomy. I think there's also that to him because outwardly he's kind of like that Sidney Crosby, Kobe Bryant, very like dominant, determined player, but then on the inside, he's always reminded me of like a little flower, like a little orchid inside of him. So when Ilya gets to kind of see that side, he's really the only person, and Rose a little bit, but even to his own parents, it's this one thing, and he has these harsh changes, and then as soon as they start to bleed, I think he scrambles. So then playing those two images was tough, but really rewarding.
I feel like we had good playful chemistry right off the bat. I mean, when we were doing chemistry reads, I read with a few other people, and the moment it was with Hudson, I was like, we both, I think, kind of walked away being like, oh yeah, no, that just naturally was kind of there.
Yeah. After the call, I said, I don't know if I'm Shane, but that's Ilya.
Yeah, and it was the rival element of it. I think the two people are just so intrinsically different that you don't have to try that hard for us to have some sort of conflict or for there to be some sort of friction, But I think really easily turns into some tension,
And you said it's going to be hot. So.
Yeah, I'm saying it better be hot. And I think that's what everyone else thinks too.
I told the show I couldn't skate. I was like, I'm very bad at skating. So Brent, the producer, is looking at me right now. He also, I was very transparent, unless my agent lied to them. But 2 weeks out, we both were like, how much are you getting on the ice?
Every day.
And every day we would just rent drop-ins, and I had friends, thankfully, that were really into the hockey scene, and I grew up in a hockey town, so the culture element felt sort of easy to connect to, but the actual sport itself was foreign. I looked like Bambi when I first started, and then eventually got to a place where some of the hockey guys said, you look like a hockey player, waist up. So
that's about as good as I think we can get.
Yeah, that's important.
Yeah.
That
as long as he's not skating.
Yeah, it was hard being in LA because there's only a few rinks, and so I would have to drive like 45 minutes like every day just to get to all the way to like Encino or Van Nuys. So,
crazy, yeah.
But I enjoyed it so much. Yeah, I definitely, out of the hockey stuff, I enjoy the skating element way more than the like the puck handling and everything. Like even that, I'm like, I cannot.
Whereas I fell in love with the sport. I used to make fun of hockey players and call them like the worst sport. And then quickly, starting the show, I'm so sorry. After starting the show, like 2 weeks out, I started watching a bunch of hockey documentaries and then watched the live hockey, and now it's my favorite team sport.
Yeah, me too.
I think I kind of threw basketball into that second slot. So.
I feel like I saw one of you on Instagram went to a Leafs game. Well,
We
I don't know
both
if
did.
Leafs
Yeah,
together.
we went to a Leafs game.
Yeah, that was really awesome to see right close to the ice too.
Yeah, that was my first professional hockey game, and I was like, after that I was like, oh, I get it. Like, I fully understand now why people are crazy about this, because it's so fast, you know what I mean? It just like goes.
Yeah, like just not.
It's the most exciting sport live.
Yeah, it's great.
I think people, if they just fall in love with Shane and Ilya and really see their relationship and how much it means to them, that is kind of powerful enough to do the speaking in itself.
Yeah, I also think it's really interesting because, you know, like when we were filming the hockey stuff for 2 weeks, it was cool to talk. I mean, there were like probably like over 40 guys that were being all the hockey players, and it was really cool to talk to them about the story and them hear a little bit about what's going on off of the ice. And I think it's just interesting too to like give people an opportunity to see how people react to things, you know, instead of like pushing some sort of narrative. It's cool to like see these like super normal guys that, you know, are these like these affluent hockey players, and them hear about this story and be like, oh, okay, cool, you know, like I think it's cool to see just how open and willing people are, you know, because sometimes we don't give people a chance to like, you know, I don't know, see us. That's what I think it is. I think we get to see.
We get to see these two very human.
We get to see into these people's lives, and it's also just really interesting. You know what I mean? Like I've never thought of like, you know, a professional gay sports love affair.
And there's not really a show or movie that really does this. So I think it is going to be fresh for so many people, and hopefully really
someone's gonna someone's gonna relate to it.
Yeah.
This is the last question. So if the cast was a team, then that makes Jacob your coach, and so what is he like as a coach? What's his vibe?
He's mean, he's awful, he yells at us, he doesn't know what
throws
he's
coffee
doing.
at us,
he hits us. No, he doesn't. I thought he was the best director I've ever worked with.
Yeah. Just
his ability to kind of go from, we're laughing, we're having fun, we're keeping the sets light, even when I think some people on set are like, okay, is this gonna, in the beginning, I think they're like, oh, you know, heavy sex scene, do we have to be serious, or is the whole show gonna be this way in which we're kind of tiptoeing around each other and having to be quiet? But no, we're all laughing, we're having fun, we're making jokes.
It's great.
And then when we do need him as sort of a guide, he drops in. And so I think we all kind of adopted that ability to be sort of malleable, and I
think that comes down to him just like he knows this story, he knows every shot, he knows what he's going to use. I think he knows his edit. He's just so knowledgeable, so there's never a moment where I ask him something and he's like well, you know, like he doesn't have to like paint a picture. He knows what he wants. He's super concise, you know, like if we do a take, he'll come up and be like this, that, cool, and then he's out, you know, which makes it so much easier, because then it's not like, okay, wait, what am I doing? But I think he really knows those books. He loves those books, and he knows every page of every script like back to back, which is crazy because we go through a lot. There's a huge complicated timeline with this whole thing, so it's really impressive.